Dr. Phil. How you doing?
Hey Alex.
How are you?
Great.
Oh,
And you?
I'm
Today is
good.
day
Today
7, right?
is day 7, so around 10 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock tonight, I will have done this for exactly a full week.
Wow.
Which is
And
pretty...
this has been the longest, right?
Yeah, so I did, I mentioned to you before, I've done 4 days a number of times, maybe 3 or 4 times. And I always stopped because I thought, can you do any further? You know, at the time that I started this 8 years ago, there wasn't a lot of literature online. And I heard of extreme cases where people go longer, but under medical supervision, so I said, I'm never doing this at home, you know? And then recently I realized that a lot of people are even doing it at home, there's a lot of videos on that. And so when I told my friends I was coming here to do a 10-day fast, someone said, you're going all the way to Thailand to drink water, why don't you stay at home? And I knew there was a little bit more to it. I think obviously I researched a lot, but I was completely blown away with just how many treatments you have, how well you monitor everybody here, how much it's much more of a holistic approach in terms of the mind, the spirit, the body, the lifestyle, the culture, the thought, and then just the support you get here. I mean, the schedule alone is mind-blowing at first. I thought I was just going to come, chill out, I'll be laying around and be a bit lazy. No, there's like so many things to do, and it's really changed my paradigm on what it is, and I can understand why, unless you come here and experience it, there's almost no way to actually prepare yourself for what it is. And so I thought maybe what we'll start with is kind of, why don't you introduce what your integrative approach is and what are the different types of medicine that you grew up with and you've studied and you're practicing, and then also after that maybe because some of these things are like a web, they're just like one question leads to so many answers, right? What makes it so special here as opposed to somewhere else, and then we'll actually go into some of the therapies, I think, and talk about those. But maybe we talk about the center, your approach, and what it is about this team and the structure of that, because I think you've got a really broad spectrum of a lot of the different concepts, even though you specialize in certain areas.
Yeah. So I grew up with a family that is trained specifically on traditional Chinese medicine. So both my parents are traditional Chinese medical doctors. So every time I got sick when I was growing up, I would be served with these different preparations of whatever it is. It's either black or brown. But the only thing I can remember is that it tastes like mud. Not that I
What was it?
It would be a different concoctions. Yeah, we don't want to know. It would be insects, it would be leaves, roots, whatever it is. But they do the trick. They do the trick. So whatever it is, whatever concoction my father, my mother would actually prepare for me whenever I fall ill, it works.
So it worked, and you knew that from young. So then you were already.
So that's
medicine cemented it already.
Correct. That's medicine to me when I was growing up. It was never a shot. It was never a paracetamol.
I can't tell you that anything that my parents ever gave me out of Western medicine I ever felt worked, because I was still sick for a long time until it did work. So I don't remember it ever working. So I think I was quicker to reject.
Well, the concept of traditional Chinese medicine is so different from what conventional medicine offers, because in traditional Chinese medicine, it's all about a balance. A balance of qi. When you say qi, it literally translates as vital energy. So it's all about understanding how your qi is flowing in your body. If there is some misstep in that flow, or a block, or an impedance of a flow of that vital energy, you would develop certain types of illnesses or certain types of symptoms. So technically speaking, when you go for traditional Chinese medical remedies, it's all about making sure that your qi is flowing perfectly, and that would restore you back to vitality, restore you back to health, and that's how medicine was to me ever since.
And might you diagnose someone by looking at the way they walk, their pressure points? Is this how you
exactly? So traditional Chinese medicine is all about
looking
at what you can observe out of that person the color of your tongue, looking at your eyes, your skin color, the tone of your voice, and of course listening to your history, what came about this particular issue that you are experiencing at this point in time.
And then it's not just chit chat, you're diagnosing, Bob.
Yes, every time you look at the ear, you can look at the eyes, you can look at their there's something wrong there. It's also smelling. If there's some funky smell, that might mean something else in traditional Chinese medicine. So that's my medical background. I grew up with that, and then one of my dad's dreams, he was telling me when I was growing up that, you know what, the future of medicine is a combination of traditional arts and practices, medical traditional arts and practices, and combining it with mainstream medicine. So mainstream medicine, as we know, is known as allopathic medicine or Western medicine or conventional medicine. That's the type of medicine that's being practiced in clinics and hospitals. So my dad got me through, asked me to go for medical studies. So I went for conventional medical education.
What did you think? Because you grounded in Chinese.
It was a bit of a struggle for me because I would always be, at the back of my mind when there is a professor.
Did you find that maybe some things were even contra? Not necessarily that they were different, that they're actually working towards maybe making the disease worse.
Correct.
Wow.
Completely.
So then you can't just keep your mouth shut. You've got to
I had to disagree. I had to, have a lot of things that would, sir, I don't think that's the right cause. I would always be shut down because they would always say, look, if you have it based on traditional Chinese medical concepts, this is a conventional medical education that you are getting here, so it would be completely
different. And modern medicine is only a couple hundred years old, 100,
500 years old.
The Chinese medicine is
thousands of years old.
You just reminded me of something Dr. Lodi said yesterday. He said, look, people have been given chemotherapy, but that's the friend of cancer. It actually makes it worse. And isn't that strange that they know this already, right? But they're still practicing it. So how many other illnesses do we have, or ailments that are not so serious, but they're still making them worse too? Because hey, it's in the textbook, it's been approved, and we also got a prescription for it.
Well, that's what we were taught in medical school, is to understand the symptoms and then label a disease for those sets of symptoms, and then have different types of protocols to relieve that person's symptoms. It's all about symptomatic care. It's not about treating the root causes of problems. So that's one of the biggest differences that I noticed with Chinese medicine.
Building a house on this side of the hill where it's super windy and the water always hits, and then just fixing the bricks when the tide comes up each day, right? Instead of building the house up here.
Correct. That's brutal. So looking at the whole situation, it's driven by business. It's driven by.
It's a difficult thing to say. It's difficult for you to say, I'm sure. It's difficult for me to hear because I agree with you, and then I don't want to be labeled a conspiracy theorist. Because nobody likes that, and also nobody likes to be stupid and think that if that was the case, I know. Yeah, right. But let's be honest. There's so many times that has been proven, and then the various industries have admitted it. So then why is it that why do you think this one isn't right? Well, when have they been benevolent?
Never. It's a known relationship that a lot of doctors, a lot of colleagues of mine would get into trouble if they try to wrap these things up. But it is true, first-hand experience. I'm sure if you get to talk to some of the integrative medical practitioners as well, they would have first-hand experiences to what really happens and what makes the medical community work. It's a very, very big conspiracy, but it's all out in the open. But
I think the good news is that things are happening and that things are changing. More and more, a lot of these treatments are actually being accepted, and I love that. But it still seems it's just if we think about cancer, we think about diabetes.
Actually, what you are doing here, Alex, is good because we are sharing good information, and we are living in an age of consumerism. it's all about what the consumer wants. Everything is consumer driven. So if you get to a point wherein we are able to
Information is power. We can spread it out now. We couldn't before, now we can.
Yes,
yeah, you're
yes. Right. If you get to connect to as much people as possible, and if they get to see the true sense of what healing is all about, I guess eventually there will be a revolution. I think there is a revolution.
I think it's happening already. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of casualties before that, which shouldn't be happening. People that we love, people that we can't convince that it's their diet. You know, I mean, we haven't started talking about diet yet. We haven't started talking about the illness and the treatment, and I can't wait to get onto the diet because it's the most important part of why I'm here. But I thought it's gonna take some time, and like I say, it's that war. I mean, we're worried about this pandemic or this coronavirus, but we've got everybody dying of cancer today, tomorrow, the next day, and then also going into being endorsed and pushed and feeling good about going into a treatment that's going to make it worse. That's going to sign their death penalty, because what they could have done even before they put themselves so weak and lose all their weight. That's right. Get in here, right?
Yes.
Because I can imagine you must be so frustrated. People walk in here, they're so weak and feeble because they've done the chemo. You're like, if you had just come in 6 months ago before,
that's right,
you could have been running tomorrow, right? And
but we always like to stay in the present in this place. Whatever happened in the past, we cannot undo them. So we don't want the past to affect whatever is going to be happening right now.
And I think that's correct. So even though, I mean, not to say anybody spreading information is doing nearly what you guys are doing, but I think even those that are not medical practitioners have a responsibility to spread the good information. Otherwise, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm so excited to be here. I guess I will go into why I'm here. And as you know, because we've spoken a few times, because part of the process is that on my first day, I get to come and meet you. You know, which I didn't even know that was going to be it. I thought, I'm going to go meet some guys and say, yeah, okay, you're pretty healthy, you can do it. It wasn't like that.
Was it totally different from what you
said? Yeah, I mean, it's not that you grilled me or anything, but I could tell, I had a good sense of what I was going to go through, what some of the challenges may or may not be, what we hope to achieve. And it was also very empowering for me because, like I said to you, I came with a very positive mindset anyway. So I don't think, maybe you've had patients where you might have to convince them a little bit it's going to be easier than they thought it was. With me, that probably wasn't the case because I was. But I have to say, you still reassured me, and that gave me that extra punch to really, go further. But like you said, feel your body out. Everybody's different. I'm here with Jasmine, my wife, and she's feeling it differently because we have different lives. We had different lifestyles before we met. We're different ages. We're male and female. So many different factors. And so we are on different paths in a way, but we're doing it together so we both understand when we go back home, we can keep doing this.
Yeah, sustainability is something that we also want everyone to learn while they're here, because coming to a place like the Life Co isn't supposed to be that excuse for everyone. Yeah, I'm going to Life Co once a year anyway, so I'll let them do that. A lot of people would have that idea. It's similar to taking medications. Like if you're diabetic and then you're prescribed with medicine, you always think, I can cheat because I have these medicines to control my blood sugar. It's not supposed to be that way. People are not supposed to be thinking like that. We should be always in the preventative mode. We should do things before things start to become full blown.
You know why I think also, and this is something that I learned in my martial arts from one of my masters. He said, patience and sacrifice gives you strength. And when he met me, I was eating a lot of Kit Kats. I was like a Kit Kat kid because I was like jumping around. I was super energetic. And I used to do things that were back in the day unspeakable with the tricks I could do. But he said, okay, I want you to give up those chocolates I've seen you eating. And I went, no, why? He said, because it's going to make you stronger, right? And he said, not only is it going to make you stronger because you're not eating the chocolate, but because it's something that I see you really love. And if you can let it go, you're going to give yourself self-confidence that none of your friends have. And I probably got my personality. I'm like, I'll try that now. Because the minute you challenge me like that, I want to be knowing that I can and perform in a different way. So I did that. And then all the way through my life, whenever there's been a challenge that's very strong or looks like something, I'm like, no, I want to sacrifice for my own reason and let it go. And that's actually powering. So when you come and do something like a water fast, when you do, I did the first day, the 4-day water fast, you know, people are like, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I can. And the confidence you get from that spills on into the rest of your life.
Exactly.
And that confidence gives you the power to be healthier, because I know you've got more positive energy, but also to achieve things. The struggles still look, I'm sure that the struggles are still as daunting to me as they are for someone with less confidence about whether their abilities. But it's just a mindset. I believe everyone can do everything, and I've said that so many times in other talks and things that I've had. My friends always know that. There's nothing we can't do. You can believe it.
The mind is more powerful than the body. So if you set your mind to doing something that can be so attainable, no problems. But when this becomes defeated, everything else becomes more difficult.
And then you go, oh, I'm going to drink, or I'm going to, and this I think is where addictions come from.
Yeah.
And then it's a downhill, because then you've got stress because you're not performing. Then you've got relationship problems. You have your health, and then that obviously we're not. I believe, and I'm sure you believe, we're not made up of parts. We're one, right?
Yes.
And so
everything has to work.
Our stomach is thinking and talking to our brain and to our arm, to our heart now. And so we have to have that. We can't have a bad body and a strong mind. We have to look after the body too.
That's why what we do here is it has to be holistic.
Yeah.
You don't, like what you mentioned earlier, Alex, is that you were expecting, I come here, you relax, and you're going to do a water fast, and you'd be grumpy, you'd be weak, and you'd be just lying down all throughout the day. But no, we have a set of activities that we want everyone to participate in. It is a very participatory center. We are a healing center. We are not a treatment center. That's a completely different term. You go to a treatment center to receive treatments passively.
You know what's strange? I got to share this because I can't contain it.
Yeah.
So 7 o'clock in the morning, I jump on the bus with the team.
The shuttle.
You have this little cool shuttle. It's like it's awesome, like this Jeep thing. We all go down to the beach. I didn't realize half the people have cancer or had cancer and they're coming out of it. They're just there at 7 o'clock. I'm going, we're swimming, we're running, we're doing yoga, we're doing this and that. And I thought, a lot of people say, and I've got friends that go on retreats alone, because they go alone because they go, I'm going to be a bit ill, I don't want anyone around me. The minute I got here, I was like, I want all my friends to come on my next trip like this. Like, we go to Cannes, we go to Ibiza, we go here, south of France, we go all sorts of places, crazy, Mykonos, Greece, whatever. But this would be so much fun with friends, because the things that we're doing are so different. And then when you go back home, you can share again and reinforce within your group, because social, it's like what Lottie said yesterday, we're not predisposed through family to get illnesses. It's the culture that we're around, right?
That's right.
So like he said, he's Italian, so cancer doesn't run in his family.
Pasta and meatballs.
What a killer of a conversation. And
This is amazing.
It makes sense. And it totally makes sense. And that's the thing with us, even when we're with our social networks, because now we're very social, especially people like myself who travel. Our families might be far away, so our real influences are our friends. So if you can do something like this with your group, especially just at least with your family, close family, like your partners, you have to do it anyway.
Exactly.
Because you want them to get the benefits that you're having.
That's right.
I mean, I'm jumping from subject to subject, but I'm doing this to live forever. You know, and so I don't want to be alone.
Live forever with vitality and strength. That's the most important thing. There's no point living forever where you're hooked up with in the ICU with a respirator. You don't want that.
You don't know who's around you.
The lost your memory. We don't want that. We want to live forever with strength and vitality.
I want to thrive. And another thing that I guess I'll touch on here is, I feel that, say 10 years ago, I was not as healthy as I am today. I can tell you that, right? But having said that, also, I've been in nightclubs for a long time. So very late nights, lots of alcohol, stress, because it's a strange kind of job. You're changing from here to there. You're always proving yourself. You're doing all sorts of things, very competitive, living all across the world. Now I live in the mountains of Switzerland. I carry my wood. I have a photographer who shoots when he wants to, kind of thing. I've got it quite nice. Got animals. We have organic chickens. We eat from the land. It's fantastic. Now, say go back 10 years. I know for sure with my intermittent fasting that I've been doing, and I'm talking about the real intermittent fasting, not the feasting, which we could touch on.
Yes.
I feel I'm younger than them. Now, after having done these 10 days with the ketones, with everything that's going on in my body now, no one can convince me that I was in better condition 10 years ago than I am now. I'm not talking about my internal organs and whether this car can run a race without burning out. That other one would have run out. It looks like I was younger because, I was a different guy, really had less gray hairs and less wrinkles, but I feel like I can, through the good positive lifestyle, reverse aging. It's not just about stopping it. I really feel like that's...
Or aging gracefully.
Yeah, exactly.
Aging gracefully.
And metabolically being in a position where I don't feel the signs of aging, because I'm not that old, I'm 46. And I want to know that I'm going to heal as easy as I did when I was young. But 10 years ago I wasn't. Like something happened, like, oh God, that's not going away for a while. And now I can, and then now I forget about it. After this, we can talk about the various things there, but that's why I'm doing it, and that's why I want everyone that is healthy to get into it.
That's right.
Because the world is going to get better. There's lots of things you don't want to miss out on in the future. You don't want to be sick.
Well, corollary to what you're saying, Alex, is that we live in a very toxic world. That is proven. The soil that we have, I'm sure you remember the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That was true probably 50, 100 years ago.
That was enough.
Yeah, that was enough, because the soil was good enough to give you the exact nutrients that you would get from a piece of apple. Now you get an apple.
It's not an apple.
It's not enough. You get more chemicals, you get hormones, you get pesticides. You probably need to see a doctor after having the modern apple. So nutrients have gone down. The quality of food has gone so bad. The quality of air, water, everything has gone so bad. So once in a while, it would be good for us to find a respite to all these things. That's why I admire where you're staying at the moment in Switzerland, up in the mountains. That's my ultimate dream, Alex. I want to bring the family along, stay in the mountains, get away from electromagnetic frequency, from the Wi-Fi, from
They're not bringing 5G to my town. I'm sure they can. Why would they? It's too far enough. and there's so many hippies in my village, they'll smash them down anyway.
That would be the ultimate dream for me, organic farming, raise your own poultry, all these things would be a much healthier option or alternative, because if we truly want to live for as long as we can with health and vitality, that would be probably one of the secrets that we need to have access to. So if we can have that, if we can do that, well and good. But a lot of people
you're letting go of a lot of the social thing. I mean, people, when I first said we're going to do it, like, talk about it crazy, you're doing London, you're doing well, your career's going on the up.
Yeah, we're addicted to
I went to Switzerland and it got better. I gave myself a little bit of time, changed what I was doing, had clear space, my body started to get healthier, but I did realize that I wasn't, I needed more still. And so coming back here, because I'd done the fasting before, I was like, I'm going to take it next level, and then here we are. So what I'd love to touch on now, because there's a few things that are confusing to people, and I understand why, because people are lazy. They look at what they see on social media, they see what looks good, right? Like these juice fasting retreats and things like that, where people go and just eat, or even have home delivered, really expensive, in beautiful packaging, 60 bottles for the whole week to sit at home and drink juice. What is the difference between a juice feast, because let's not call it a fast because you're having incredible amounts of sugar, and a water fast? What is the difference?
So that's a good question, Alex. So both of those programs are available here at the Life Coach. So I think we are one of the few centers around the world that support people going for a water fast. So to tell you what the main difference are between these two programs that we have.
They're not really similar, are they, in a way?
Totally different. I would say they're totally different.
And this is important for people to know. They are, right. And I've been saying that since the first time I did it, because everyone says, oh yeah, I've done that. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
So we do have a juice program that it's an award-winning program that we have. It's called Master Detox Program. So all throughout the day, every couple of hours, you would be served with a concoction of green vegetables and some fruits. And in that juice that you would be consuming, there would contain some components that would suck out the toxins from your body and help clear out your digestive tract. So that's the brunt of our juice program. You go on that for that purpose
Yeah.
to clean, drag out as much toxin.
And people
from your
lose
body.
weight on these though as well,
They do,
right?
because
so then that's another motivator for people's vanity. Or not only vanity, because obviously people that are very healthy think, hey, if that's going to help kickstart you into a healthy life, I'm all for that too.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that kind of, like you said, use it as a remedy to just go crazy and then I'll go.
That's right. So
drop it off and then start again.
it's like something that they usually do
Cycle.
for a New Year's resolution.
Yeah,
You know, we do get a lot of people, you know, why you do
January
this? Every time I get that
January is a busy
consultation,
month.
January or right after Christmas
Yeah.
or New Year, they would say, I would ask them, oh, what are you here for? How did you find out about the life plan? They would say, oh,
At a
it's
party.
my New Year's resolution. I've come to do a detox because I've been
Yeah.
going crazy, partying all week long
Yeah.
during the Christmas season. So they'd be here for, at least they have that concept,
Yeah.
but I would always reinforce to them that, you know, this is not something that you do as a, being guilty for what you did for a few days or a few
penance.
weeks,
Yeah.
penance. So that the things that we would want guests to experience while they're here is supposed to be something that you include as part of your lifestyle.
Your weekly,
Your weekly,
schedule.
your monthly, your quarterly, your annual schedule or lifestyle. This should be incorporated in that.
You know, Jasmine had never done a water fast for more than 24 hours, right?
Yes.
Which is nothing,
So
in a way.
she's doing amazing.
Yeah.
It's also her 7th day today, and
But on
I
this-
saw her doing yoga today.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, you see her. She's
Yeah,
thriving.
she's
She's thriving. But you know, after 2 days, she's like, I can sustain this. You know, and like what I said to you, because we spoke, and you said, look, Alex, the best thing that you could do is go eat one day, take a day off. Eat one day, take a day off. And when I worked out the hours on that, I could maximum be up for 12 hours of eating. But then when that next day off would mean 36 hours of fasting. It's just fantastic. It's double the amount of fasting for me to be in my ketone and
Potentially sugar. And
yeah, exactly right. So, and then go again. So if I did it, say for example, Monday is an eat day. Tuesday don't eat. Wednesday is an eat day. Friday and Saturday, Thursday don't eat. Friday and Saturday are fun days. You know, I go and have dinner. Yeah, if you want to go to dinner, sure, whatever you want. Sunday, I'm fasting for 36 hours again since the night that I slept. I'm still regenerating.
Yes.
I'm still anti-repair. You know, so it's not that I'm not getting worse. I'm still repairing all, even with that, even having fun.
Exactly.
And that's amazing.
So, a lot of people would have that misconception saying that it is, if you do fasting, if you go on fasting, you starve yourself. You get to a point wherein you injure yourself. Well, there is a huge difference between starving and doing it purposefully.
You know what everyone says? Jasmine's been posting on Instagram, and this is good for people. A few people have said, don't lose too much weight. Your body doesn't. It only loses a certain amount.
Yes, it knows
Can you
when to
explain
stop.
that?
Our
Yeah.
bodies
I know,
are
I can feel it.
amazing.
I can feel it, you know, because I've been doing weights, as you know, since I've been here. I've actually lost about 5 kilos, but I think it's a lot of water.
Usually that would be 1 weight.
100%. Definitely no muscle. I can just feel strong. Because like you said also the other day, we were talking about what's the body eating, you know, and it's not eating, it's protecting the muscle.
Yeah.
Because we're used to being, as hunter-gatherers or wild animals, we would be used to fasting for a couple of days until the food source came around.
Correct.
And then we need the muscles to catch it,
That's right.
right? If we could. So, or whatever,
I think
whatever
we
it
also
was.
talked about losing more muscles when you're doing the juice program. as
Yes,
opposed
this
to
is
doing
really
water
important.
fasting.
This is for
That's
everyone.
another thing as well.
Can we touch on that one? I know we're
Sure.
going back and forth, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
at
yeah.
least people are going to rewind, but this is amazing because
Yeah.
Jasmine knows so many models that are doing, they want to put on muscle, but you know, show season or all their bookers are telling them they put on weight, so they go and do juice fast. What are they doing? They kill their muscle, right?
Correct. The reason that happens is that every time you have calories into your body, your body will automatically keep some for in case there will be a famine or war that breaks out, you would have stored energy. Right? So whenever you have calories taken in, your cells would automatically keep some into your liver, into your muscles, so that come rainy day, there would be some places that they would know where to find stored sources of energy. Like squirrels, right? So whenever you're doing a juice program, every time you are getting that juice, your cells will automatically keep some into your liver, into your muscles, into your body parts. And then when you are activating like an extended period where you're not eating anything, let's say for 12 hours you're not eating anything, it gets to a point where your cells get hungry and they would need to access some raw materials to produce energy. And where do they find that? They would look for them in your liver.
Because that's what they're trained to do for the last 20 years of their life.
Physiologically,
it has to, right? However, when we do a fast like what we're doing, and let's talk about ketones and ketone adaptivity and mitochondria, what happens is when we learn and we train our bodies to work on ketones, not on carbohydrate, not on glucose, and this is something that has to be taught because it's not automatically there, because understanding that under a ketosis and under autophagy, our mitochondria expands by up to 60%, right?
Exactly.
Which it won't do under carbohydrate.
Nope.
So it becomes more efficient. The ketones are more powerful and have more endurance. You know, if you wanted to go and do a run and you're working on glucose and carbohydrate, yeah, you've got immediate strength, right, for bodybuilding, etc. But then you're tired quite quickly.
Correct.
And I'm noticing on the ketones, I feel mentally I should stop now. It doesn't.
Yes.
It's got endurance. It doesn't have the same strength, and I'll give it that, right? But the endurance is there.
And you notice that your mind is
my mind's saying, but first on this, my mind's saying this thing, right? I noticed it, right? Exactly. You just touched on mental clarity. 1 second, I'm going to cut right here just to check that this is
Okay.
Yeah, it's recording.
It is.
See? Sure is.
Good.
I moved it though, but let's put it back. Yeah, I'm going to just cut it back, and it's great. Thanks, Phil. Yeah. So what did we just talk about?
The differences between a juice program and a water fasting program.
Well, actually, the body using those two different energy sources and having to train it. Because I think the other funny thing, and this is touching on so many, but he's going to answer, and I'm going to be quiet. It's just I get so excited because I'm excited for everyone to learn. People think, oh yeah, I'm going to be really healthy. So I've just eaten a burger yesterday. I had a big night, went out for some drinks with the girls. But today, I'm having a salad, which is amazing. You should. But then they'll also order the keto bar at the thing, and this is not for you, because people think that keto diet is interchangeable with other diets, and the problem is that we're talking about a different energy source your body's not used to. It has to be. It's one or the other, right? So one's an electric car, one's a petrol car. If you try to put petrol into the electric plug on the electric car, it's not going to work. And if you try to put the electricity in the it's going to explode. Right? So, and there's also dangers to it, because it's not just that it doesn't work. When you feed a keto, say high fat, into a carbohydrate diet, you're just actually going to get fat. So it's the opposite. You should stay away from it.
Correct.
The long name that you.
Well, that's a very important point. I don't want us sharing false information. You see Alex, he's on his 7th day of a water fast, and you would look at him and he's normal. It's like
I think I'm better than normal. I mean, I'm sleeping about 4 to 5 hours a night. I'm doing a lot of work on videoing. I'm working with London, etc. And I'm on water, but I'm thriving. I feel euphoric. I feel excited. I feel like my skin is glowing. I feel like everything is I feel great.
Just to give out that piece of information that's important, because I don't want us to be misleading people who are following you and saying that, hey, if Alex can do it, I can do it. But we have to understand that you came to the center with a keto adapted state already. So what is a keto adaptive state?
I didn't know I did though.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that I was able to reaffirm it when we did the test. That's amazing for me.
So what is a keto adaptive state and what makes it different? What makes it easier for you to thrive while not eating anything at all and still have the energy to do workouts, still have the energy every morning to run the beach, do all these things? Because we handle a lot of people who come here to do a water fast, and I would say that 90% of them, after the third day, would just be exactly what you imagine doing a water fast. Somebody doing a water fast would be slumped the whole day, not having enough energy because they are not keto adaptive. That is a big difference. You and Jasmine are both in a keto adaptive state, even though you mentioned that Jasmine has never done a water fast beyond
5.4 in ketones.
Yeah, amazing.
Which if we look at what all the, it's super, right?
Super high.
That's so motivating, because then you're like, I'm good at this. You know, when you're at school and they told you you're good at something, you practice on it, right? And then everyone told you later you had a talent. I just realized that I was good at it, and like, well, I'll do this, right? This is how I feel with this one.
Great. So how does a person become keto adaptive? That's probably one of the important pointers that we want to share out to everyone. People who are not keto adaptive would be those people who are addicted to carbs, addicted to the usual diet that they are on, not a ketogenic diet or the usual thing that they are on. And even when they read about water fast, the benefits and wonders of a water fast, they want to attempt to do that. And if they do that cold turkey, guarantee probably the second day, third day, they would crash.
Well, we go back to the mental state that got them into being addicted to carbs in the first place, when they have had enough. Everybody's had enough literature around them to know that they're not, you shouldn't be having sugar every day.
Yes.
So if you're already in that weaker state of mind, you haven't given yourself that confidence we talked about earlier about knowing that you can be in power of what you're doing, then this is going to be harder for you. You need to have that positive mindset.
Correct.
There's
a lot of things that you need to give up if you're trying to get water fasting into motion or want to start water fasting as part of your lifestyle. But to me, whenever I have friends asking me about how to get into adjusting their bodies to be able to adapt easily to go on a water fast, I would always tell them, go for an intermittent fasting first. Work yourself towards an intermittent fasting. And like what I told you, a true sense of intermittent fasting is that you have to not eat for 24 hours to consider that as a fasting.
Don't miss that, guys. That's what it is. It's not having juice for a day. It's not not eating for 6 hours or 10 hours or 18 hours.
Yes.
It's a whole day, which equates to actually, because you're not eating until midnight and get up at 0.
Yes.
So you're really doing like nearly 36 or 30 hours. That's a fast.
So when I mentioned intermittent fasting, it is exactly what Alex mentioned earlier. One day you eat, one whole 24 hours you don't eat. That would be considered a true intermittent fast. You can do the 5-2 thing. 5 days you go on your regular eating habits, and then 2 days you fast.
Yeah.
And when you say fast, more than 24 hours is considered.
Another interesting thing happens when you do that, your stomach shrinks a bit. So then on the days you are eating, you're also having a caloric restriction.
Correct.
Which has been proven for many years to extend life and to repair and help. So you've got all these factors now combining, multiplying. They combine, but then also multiply each other.
Correct.
Right? So it's not just 1 + 1 = 2.
No. So what I always advise people, if they really want to dabble into going for or to try out a water fast, is to slowly work themselves out to get adapted or to get familiar and be comfortable with a true intermittent fast. If you can't do that yet, try going for an 18-6 routine, healthy eating ratio, so that we call it. So 18-6 or 19-5. That's what Jasmine's been doing. So she's been doing
because also the reason she did it wasn't because she didn't think she couldn't. It's just that she honestly deep down thought it's not good for her because she's a girl and she's got different needs. And there's enough people out there saying it's not healthy, maybe it's not good for pregnant women, it's not good for this or it's not good for that. So then you think, well, maybe I fit into one of those categories and I've tried a little bit and I got a bit weak. You know, and the funny thing is when I go into my little 4-day fast, it's only the first day that's hard because that's the first day that I go, oh no, look that burger over there, the fridge is just there and I'll go and open it. And then that first day is hard. Once you've done in the second day,
smooth sailing.
On the third day you're already like I am now.
Yes.
Fourth day gets even stronger.
Yes.
And it's just that people don't know that it's okay.
It is okay. It is okay.
Is there anyone it's not okay for? I mean, healthy people. Obviously, there are many others.
Even if we have people with autoimmune conditions, people with cancer that we take care of, we always encourage them to go on for a water fast.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking for like I mentioned this a lot of times before, is that whatever issues you might have medically, or you do have some medical conditions that you like to reverse, we always start out to preparing the body to accept whatever treatments that would be beneficial for them. But all these treatments that we have available here at the center won't make it through the body if we don't prepare the body properly. If you're looking for the most natural, the most efficient, the most cost-effective way
to very expensive
get that reset button, it's like water.
You're like, don't eat.
So nothing beats the efficiency of a water fast.
You know what I'm going to say? We were talking about the cost. Sorry about cutting you off, but I've got a funny story. So we've been here for a whole week, and the only thing we've spent money on is a couple of times we've gone out in a taxi to go to a market where there's lots of food, and we bought a couple of little things like a hat or something. But we haven't bought any food, so even when you're here,
you save a lot of money.
You save a lot of money.
Correct. And it's your first time here in Thailand,
right? And the funny thing is, the first couple of days I was like, oh, maybe we should shorten the fast just so I can taste all this stuff I've never seen before. Now I'm just so excited with my progress. We've been looking at, and I'm like, nah, I've already done 7 days. I wish I could extend further, but I do want to try the keto meals here. So I am going to cut off on the 10th day. Do the melon, melon for a day and a half.
Because I've done melons, that's how we break the fast.
To get my body understanding how to process solids again. That's what that's about. And then I'm going to go into the keto, delicious keto meals.
And we have to understand, Alex, that the meals that we serve here at the Life Co here in Phuket, and Life Co in any Life Co centers around the world, as a matter of fact, is that we all serve raw vegan recipes. So the keto meals that we would be having, they would be a very unique, raw, vegan, ketogenic meal. So there will be lots of nuts and seeds, because we all know that if you do a ketogenic meal or ketogenic diet, you have to have more than 50% of that meal to contain fat. 50% or more of
minimum,
fat. Minimum. So
I'm working on about 70 at the moment. 70, 20, and yes. So
minimum carbs, right? So for that to work on a raw vegan environment, that would be taking quite a lot of ideas from our raw vegan chef. So that is quite a challenge for them.
You know, it's interesting. Tonight I'm going to have a cooking class. I think there's a cooking class.
It's a food prep class.
Food
workshop. We don't cook anything. We don't cook anything.
But it's great because what happens is you come here, you go through the treatment, but you're, like you said, you're setting people up with something they can take away with them. So you decide, give them out of fish, feed them for a day, teach them how to fish, feed them for a lifestyle, and that's what you guys are doing here. You're not saying these are secrets, like this is what you need to do. This is what you can take with you.
So coming to a place like this, we arm you with education, we arm you with information, we arm you with anything that you would need so that you can replicate whatever we're doing back home. Of course, some people would, like what you said, people are lazy. They would find it easier and convenient to do it in a place like this.
Maybe it takes them a few times to come back, and then they'll do it eventually.
Sure.
Because, you know, as we spoke about with Dottie yesterday, said sometimes people need to get sick before they wake up. Pain will wake you, it'll wake you up, right? And as you age, you see that. You start to see you're not Superman. And so there's a motivator. But the younger people, they think they're going to live forever.
Yeah.
And then, so that's...
We've all been through that invincible stage, right? I'm going to do this.
I'm never going to need glasses.
Yeah.
That's really fun. I'm a photographer. That's the most frustrating.
So we are not invincible. We get to that point. There's also another funny quote that Dr. Lodi also always like to share. The first 40 years are free, and beyond the 40 years, you have to earn it.
You have to pay.
Or you said the first 50 years are free,
Yeah.
but you have to earn your way if you go beyond 50.
You know, I remember my parents saying, life is the long way around. You have the best health when you're young, and then when you're old, you retire, you don't have the energy because of the way things work.
Yes.
But actually, if you adopt this lifestyle, you can work up to whatever. Because some people really enjoy working. Let's face it, I wouldn't want to stop doing what I do. I don't have to age.
Yeah.
You know, you know how people say 30s the new 20, 30s, and now, I mean, that line is really blurred. You know, like I said, I used to work in clubs. We had 95-year-old guys in one of my Tuesday rock and roll nights used to come and just do this cool 60s dance moves. Some of the guys that were promoters were in their 70s in London, so it's kind of like that. So people are really, there's a pretty broad, what is old is kind of very blurred now. But what about if everyone was even healthier? It just actually wouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
so you could act like a 20-year-old.
Exactly.
Like, why not?
You won't lose it if
you're
you
wiser. Yeah.
Right? If you continue exercising,
Stop
if you
telling
continue
yourself that you're getting old too.
That's right. It's just a mindset. It's just a number. So as long as you're able to take good care of yourself, do regular detoxification, and like I said, like what we agreed upon, the most efficient and the best reset button there is a water fast. So if you can incorporate doing water fast like 1 week a month, or as long as you can every 3 months, do that regularly, and you can do all those things. Be the 95-year-old doing all those funky moves in the dance floor.
And you can even join, and you can have cheat days, right? And that's the fun. This is why keto adaptivity is really important for me, because I want to know that to get back into the state, I don't have to come to Phuket. That I can do it at home quite quickly.
Exactly.
But having said that, obviously priming the body by being here and knowing what you can and can't do from day to day allows you to remain keto adaptive and fat adaptive. And I think it's fascinating to even study. You have to study it, not because you're going to become a practitioner. You have to learn these concepts so then, because there is a lot of science behind it, and we've got to unlearn years of
things that we learned
that are all wrong.
All wrong.
Like, wake up, you need to have complex carbohydrates. Here's a beautiful bowl. And it's the best one, right? Wheat Bix. Isn't it the best thing in the world? Great. And then you eat it, and then half an hour later you're tired. No, that makes sense.
And then 4 hours after you're hungry.
Yeah. And you're grumpy if you have to sit at your desk for too long.
That's right. That's the vicious cycle that we are unfortunately fall prey to. We are victims to all these concepts that eventually, if we live like this, we'll definitely get sicker and sicker and sicker.
Something occurred to me we could talk about, not specifically because of coronavirus, but I think it highlights the situation we have now, is being in the word healthy is a very misleading word as well. Because people think if they're strong and they look like they're healthy, they are. But there's different types of health. But being in a position where you can repel infectious diseases like coronavirus, because coronavirus is huge and it's going to get over how it is, but there's going to be another one next year. There's going to be another one in a couple of years. How do you protect yourself from it? Because I'll tell you now, I have no fear of walking onto a plane full of everyone with coronavirus because I'm so healthy. Even if I know I'm going to kick it, I just know that because it's as from what I understand, it's weaker people that are falling prey because I'm in a healthy state.
Yes. So technically speaking, we're talking about how viruses invade the body. Is that if and when your immune system is weakened for whatever reason, or cause of that weakened state is you would be overwhelmed by the virus. The virus would be able to replicate easily, and then it would overwhelm you. So you fall victim to the coronavirus or even flu virus. Actually, I don't know what's the fuss about with the coronavirus. There are more deaths. There's 17% mortality rate from the influenza virus as opposed to a 2% mortality rate. Mortality rate is a kill rate. So let's say, for example, if you contract,
is it because this one is more?
I think the reason why it's so hyped up is because it is highly contagious.
Yeah, it's easier to catch.
Easier to catch
and to give it, right, and to carry it.
One thing that makes it easier is because it spreads via droplet infection, although they're saying that it becomes aerosolized right now, so it can catch it in the air. So it's more about mannerisms of people.
Social behavior.
We like to touch our faces like 3,000 times in a day. Unconsciously, we're touching.
Yeah.
And every time you have like a droplet of somebody with a piece of saliva,
a door handle,
and then you inadvertently touch your nose or touch your mouth.
So is this a very strong strain? Because, like the flu obviously is everywhere too. You don't get it. Like I get on the London Tube, everyone in there's got the flu. There's got to be flu everywhere. They've got a whole other thing. Otherwise you fall over and something might go down. But you don't walk away with this. This one is much more
easy
to
virulent. I would say we call that virulence, so high infectivity rate. But
it's not as dangerous.
It's not as dangerous. Like I said, if you get it, there's 2% chance that you die from it. Whereas the flu, you get it, there's a 17% chance that you might die from it. So, well, going back to the original question is that how do you improve yourself from falling victim to the coronavirus or any viruses in that? What you are doing at the moment, Alex, is actually a very fundamental way of making sure that your immune system is up and about. If you're talking about the body's immune system's integrity, you're talking about how well your digestive system is doing. So if the digestive system is busy doing what it's supposed to do, breaking down food, absorbing the nutrients, it will be able to shut down another aspect of the digestive system's responsibilities, which is to repair, which is to boost your immune system. So if you're always keeping your digestive system busy by eating a lot of things all the time, you would let go of the digestive system, building up your immunity. 70 to 80% of your body's immunity relies on how well your digestive system is, because our small intestines have what we call the Peyer's patches. And Peyer's patches are lymphoid tissues that would contain a lot of our immune cells. So if you're not eating when you are fasting, you are actually supporting these Peyer's patches to have very alert immune cells. So anytime you would need those immune cells to be mobilized, they would be up and about, not compromised and not distracted at all. So when you are fasting, when you are not allowing your digestive system to work overtime because you like snacking, because you like to eat heavy
6 meals a day. How do we tell people that this is the worst thing ever?
It's worse.
You're always on high.
It's spiking.
And yet this is told to school children. This is called to everyone. You've got to eat 6 meals a day.
No. Insulin is a hormone that controls blood sugar. But if you keep stimulating your body to produce insulin every hour, every 2 hours, every 3 hours, you predispose yourself to develop insulin resistance. And insulin resistance...
Look that up, guys. It's one of the most important factors.
Yeah, insulin resistance has been touted as one of the more common root causes for everything.
Yeah.
Inflammation.
Yeah. How many people know that term? It's not outside of the medical world.
I'm sure.
I'm learning about it recently because I study this because of the diet. But it makes sense. But we're still eating 6 meals a day.
I know. We are addicted to eating.
That's fun. It's fun. Food tastes so good.
Because we're associated with so many things. Social activities.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's why even in this diet, you've got to give yourself cheat days in different ways, or create different kind of little treats, because you don't want to take that fun out of your life either.
Correct. That's one good thing that I learned from my traditional Chinese medical background is that everything has to be balanced. Day and night, heavy and light, same as sleeping and not sleeping. Why can't you eat and not eat? So that's the concept. It's all about balance. We've been eating all our lives. Why not give your digestive system a break once in a while?
Yeah.
Your body will thank you for it. It's all balance, like I said.
I mean, I hope to be proof to people to show them that how it is. The problem, I guess, the difficult part is that physiologically I don't look that different to what I did 10 years ago. But when you do this, I have this feeling that I'm just in such a better state than I was, and the mental clarity. So being in ketosis and autophagy, what's happening to my brain? What's happening to the cells and connections?
If you're talking about fuel sources for the body, by default, our bodies are set to breaking down carbohydrates, converting carbohydrates to glucose, and using glucose as a source of energy. If you are in a ketoadaptive state, or if you are, you would force your body to break away from that default setting, and then find an alternative source of fuel. And when that happens, it would mean that your body would need to break down fat. And when your cells starting to break down fat, it produces ketone bodies. And ketone bodies are actually a more suitable fuel for the brain. That's why when you are going for a fast, going for intermittent fasting, or doing a water fast, you would feel that sudden surge of mental clarity, energy,
euphoria.
because
It's euphoria and clarity. It's like limitless tablets.
Yes.
You know that the guy takes it and then he becomes a genius. His IQ goes doubles. I mean, you do feel like that, but you don't feel a side effect. There's nothing. It's incredible. It's a difficult way to explain it.
You have to experience it.
I have this bubbling energy. You know what? I mean, I studied Hapkido for since I was 6 years old. Ki is very important for us. I feel like there's an energy bubbling inside me. It's like there's something flowing. It's got to be affecting that too. And so I'm basically in a state where I'm using a different fuel, which I feel is far more efficient because I don't have a slump from it. Like I know that if some bodybuilders will have to have a certain amount of carbo backloading so they can really, get that rip out of the market. Right, fair enough. But when I eat carbohydrates, I feel tired after a while. I feel tired because the insulin knocks me out. That's right. And it's also because I was on the verge of being insulin resistant because I also like to snack certain things like, I've done a good day, but I'm going to have this ice cream because I live in Switzerland. Ice cream is ridiculously good. And I love gelato. It's my favorite thing in the world. So I'd have that, and then later on I'm like, I think I'm going to fall asleep, babe. You don't get that on this. I'm not eating anything, and I don't feel that. So
that's interesting because if you look at researches, they even use a ketogenic diet or even recommend fasting for people suffering from epilepsy. Epilepsy is a condition wherein the activity of the brain is very much hyperactive to a point that it creates seizures.
It shuts down.
So if you are thriving on ketones, it's actually a cleaner fuel source, so it calms the brain down and makes you have that indescribable focus, like exactly what you would see from the movie Limitless or from the series Limitless. It just gives you that.
And then for women and also men who have trouble with their hormone levels, testosterone, etc.
Best reset.
Right?
It's the ultimate. Like I said, if God gave us the cure. It's there. It's not like the holy grail that everybody's been looking for. It's right there. It's water. It's a miracle.
I found there's a funny one. The fountain of youth is in water. Right?
Yes,
that's what it is.
It is.
One of the secrets. They're all our lives.
That's why we have the holy grail. It's not the
water.
cup.
It's the water.
It's the water in the cup.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the secret. That's the secret. But we're always taking it for granted. And nowadays we've screwed up Mother Nature so bad that we have to buy clean water to drink. That's how messed up we are. We human beings are supposed to be part of nature. But since we are so addicted to convenience, so addicted to modernization, we push ourselves further and further away from nature. So a place like this is just a gentle reminder that go to the beach, take away your shoes, run on the seashore, take a swim in the ocean, get away from all these electromagnetic frequencies, ground yourself.
I feel another part of it, which is when we talk about what we are as humans and what's wrong there, is we're also becoming very competitive and comparative of each other, especially social media. You sit there and you go, oh, I want to be better than that, or I'm going to show that I'm like this. And that's not very collaborative, but it's not collaborative on a basic level. So instead of encouraging each other to all do well, we're looking out for number one, and we're trying shortcuts in order to do it. And then when we don't do well, exactly, right? And this is very much contrary to what I know, because I used to teach children, and their team, one would fall over, the other one goes like that.
Yeah.
When's the last
It's a
time
natural instinct.
You don't see that with adults so easily. I mean, of course you will, because there are great people out there. But if you really look at the behaviors that are going on by the way people are presenting themselves and what they talk about and how they... Sometimes people deep down don't want the best for you or for someone else. They're glad when someone else fails. They celebrate someone else's loss. Yeah. We laugh at celebrities that do something, but that's going to consume our time on TV, laughing at people making mistakes. This is incredible, right? Instead of encouragement.
Yeah. So we've got to a point wherein we would rather see ourselves.
That's why we destroy the environment, because we go, well, my little patch is clean.
Yeah.
And I'll throw the rubbish in your place because I don't care about you.
Selfish.
Yeah.
What have we become? That's why we come to a place like this. We want you to reacquaint yourself with nature, reacquaint yourself with yourself, and then get to clean your body, mind, and spiritual cleansing. So that's what Life Co is all about. The advocacy of Life Co is very simple. It's not a secret. We let everybody know that we are part of nature. That's why we send people down to the beach every day, every morning, every couple of hours if you want to.
The shuttle is there all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Every couple of hours.
And it's also only
like 5 minutes, 3 minutes away.
It's a 30-minute walk if you want to walk.
Yeah, if you want to.
Some people walk and they get picked up in the morning because they get up early, because actually in this state we do wake up early. I've been waking up early.
And you have a lot of energy.
Yeah,
run down to the
I'll meet you there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, before I go, not before I go, but another thing that I think we could possibly touch on is, I'm going to have to cut this bit because now I've lost it. I just had it a moment ago, but it was one of the, I know what it is. Okay, so what I'd like to talk about is, what's the longest water fast you've heard of someone do? Because people tell me 10 days you're gonna die, right? Or 5 days you can't do it, you're gonna die. Can you just blow that myth out of the water and talk about some of these people aren't even healthy sometimes when they come in. They're already feeble.
Yeah. Personally, I've done, I think, 6 rounds of water fasting myself. The longest that I've done was 16 days.
Yeah.
So I did 16 days, but we've had guests with some chronic conditions. They've done 21 days. We've had a lady, I've never met her personally, but that's a patient that Dr. Lodi handled. She had breast cancer, stage 4, spread to the brain. Doctor told her that she has only months to live. She was really adamant that water fasting can help her.
So she bought into it, which she knew that was key, right? Especially when you're like that.
Knowing
needed her to be
that something would help you. It's so different from believing. Because Dr. Lodi would always say, you can believe in Santa Claus, you can believe an Easter bunny.
I'm going to stop using the word believe.
You don't know. You don't believe a mountain, right? You know that there's a mountain. So if you know something can help you, don't believe. I believe that water fasting can help. Knowing is the key. So she knew that doing a water fast would help her. She did 41 days.
41 days. 41 days water.
And she was skinny, like what Dr. Lodi was saying yesterday. She was not.
She was already feeble. She's chronically ill.
Yes.
Brain cancer spread to the
breast cancer spread to the
stage 4.
Stage 4.
Given only a couple months to live.
Yeah. And then she did 41 days.
So that's a month and a half.
Almost 6 weeks. Yeah. Almost 6. It's exactly 6 weeks actually. So she was here doing yoga, doing colon cleansing, doing those beach walks while fasting.
There you go.
And then learning from the food prep classes, food workshop. Went home to the UK, spent 3 months.
Yeah. She was supposed to be dead by now.
Yeah, she's supposed to be dead. Spent 3 months living a raw vegan lifestyle. After that, went for a PET CT scan. Everything was clean.
Gone.
Everything was gone.
And now she continues this.
Yeah,
she's still regenerating.
Still.
Killing
doing
everything.
regular
Because if you can get rid of this from your brain, you're going to get rid of this if you continue being, right? So
that's it. You have to know. It's not believing that it can save you. It's knowing that it will save you. That it will.
Well, I'm going to confess. I knew that I was going to get great benefits here. I knew it because I've already been fasting for a while. 100% convinced. Like they're not there's the mountain. And I didn't believe. I knew, but I really wanted to share it with my wife too, so that she would know. And then I want to share it with people so that they know, like you say. And knowing is going to be the way to do it. You know?
Knowing is the key. And don't take our words for it.
I'm not humming myself into this. It's the body's doing it. That you tested my levels.
Yeah.
We're being monitored every day on different things, and the treatments. I mean, can you even rattle off enough? There's so many.
We do have a lot. Like for example, the program that you offer, we have to make sure that we are getting advantage of when you're not working your digestive system out. So this is the best time for us to clean your lymphatic channels. We do have therapies called the electrolymphatic therapy.
Which I have to book that again because yesterday I was too late. So we're going to leave.
That's important because when you are in a detox mode, your cells will be dumping a lot of waste products into the sewage system of the body, and it's a lymph vessels that's considered as a sewage system. The last thing you want to happen is for your lymph system to get stuck because there's too much volume of toxins.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I think you mentioned that the lymph system is not part of the circulatory system, so therefore it's not being replenished and cleaned as quickly. It's not as easy, so it has to be massaged or electromagnetically.
The lymphatic system is actually connected
to
the microcirculation of the body, the small circulation of the body.
Yeah.
The small circulation of the body, or the microcirculation, comprises 70% of your blood circulation.
Okay.
And exchange of nutrients and toxins from the lymph vessels actually happen in the microcirculation. So we do have treatments that also make sure that your microcirculation is taken care of.
Yeah.
But the major drainage of the lymph vessels would rely heavily on how you are detoxified. Don't get us wrong. How you are detoxified. Don't get us wrong. We detoxify ourselves. But sometimes because of lifestyle, we don't want to sweat that much. We stay most of the time on our tables doing work. We don't sweat. And whenever we get stressed, and I'm sure a lot of people would be stressed all the time, notice that your breathing will become very shallow. We forget to do that.
You breathe out, so detox comes out so much through the breath. Right?
Yes. Toxins come out from your sweat glands, from your lungs, from your kidneys. You pee them out from your colon.
Makes sense.
So it's the lymph vessels that distributes all these toxins so that when you are detoxifying, you would be getting a huge chunk of these toxins out of your body. So the last thing you want to happen is for your lymph channels to become stuck because there's too many
all the
toxins.
other things.
Correct.
See, I've been doing the infrared sauna, which I've got to tell you, actually, Jasmine and I went in there and we spoke to one of the cancer, I don't know if you call them patients, cancer guests. One of the cancer guests, and she's now, she's been here for 8 weeks as well, and she says she's pretty much clear, and she was really so energetic, so happy. But we were in there, and she swears by it. She says she could tell from day to day what she's getting on. But I've got to say, I've been doing it now for 1 week, and I loads comes out, and I'm feeling like it's not like a normal sauna. It's something else. It feels like it's deeper. It feels like it's helping me.
It penetrates through. That's why it's an infrared sauna. You have to go.
I want to get one at home. I want to put an infrared sauna at home. And we did in Switzerland when they did the traditional sauna. I'm like, man, you know what? It's actually easier to think to build one of these. Definitely going to do that. So the IR sauna is fantastic. The lymph ELD.
ELT, electrolymphatic therapy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going to book that one in today.
Colon hydrotherapy.
Yeah, I don't like that one so much, but yeah, I know it's good. And
You have to cleanse. You
I
have
know
to
this
get
sounds
rid of
pretty
it.
gross, but yesterday she was like, "That's very old stuff that's coming out there."
Yeah.
You know that because it was hard. And she's like, "This is
And
sorry that
The most difficult portion to clean is called the
This is-
ascending
this
colon.
part, yeah.
The part where the appendix lies. That's the
Yeah.
beginning of the colon and the end of your small
We
intestine.
haven't
That's the
reached
most-
that yet, and I have to go through another couple of sessions, but it's also so empowering to know that if I didn't come here and do this, all with everything combined, I would never have done it. You know, so it's great to start with a real. I'm not going to skip any of these parts because you want to have the maximum while you're here, and also because we're combining the state that I'm in with the ketones, with the ketogenic side that my body's in, with the autophagy, with everything that's happening with the cell renewal. You want to then give your body all these other great tasks while it's thriving, right?
That's right.
Take advantage because then you're back home, there is that stress again, even though you're living a healthier lifestyle that I built. It's still going to be a bit of stress, so if I'm going to, it's like giving a super genius all your homework at once instead of like giving a little bit and having to do it later. Yeah.
That's
Fantastic. Well, I've had a fantastic conversation, and
likewise.
I mean, we could talk because we've been talking so much, just walking around. That's another beautiful thing. You can drop into the physicians, the doctors, and the experts, and the gurus, and the there's so many people here, and they're always there and so happy to exchange ideas with you. And so there's so many topics that we didn't discuss today, but I hope this is enough to get people excited to research more. And like I've said before, I'm planning to take to create a group to go to Turkey because I want to go to the Turkish because that's easy for us in Europe. So at late summer, I'm going to kind of do that. So these videos are going to go up in their entirety. The interviews, and hopefully people research more, and then hopefully they're inspired to come down and meet you and us. And get diagnosed by
all
you.
welcome.
They're funny smelling tongues, and get that empowerment because I think that I hope. I mean, if you can see me 7 days, nothing but water.
And for some people, it's like unheard of, right? What?
No, and I've got to tell you, I'm competitive with myself, and so I've been doing fasting for a while, like I said. But when they pricked me to check what it was that I was going to have, I was like, I hope this is good. And that was incredible. I mean, and also Jasmine, she was blown away when she saw just how good her results
are.
Yeah, and so then she's like, okay, this is good. You know,
very encouraging.
What else can we do now? What else can we fix? You know, it's fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop, otherwise we just keep talking.
Yeah. I hope we got that recorded.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.